I'm glad everybody's been able to stay and to join us this afternoon for some interesting talks. It is still a very casual afternoon, so please, if you have questions, yell out your questions. We might need to have some runners with the microphone so that everybody can hear. Those that don't know me don't know that I'm a bit deaf, so I always want everyone to use the microphone so that everyone can hear. Is there anybody who wasn't here this morning when we started? We did an acknowledgement that we are here on the land of the Kaurna people, and I just want to reaffirm that again. Adelaide has entered into a partnership with the Spire community, and David's going to fill us in a little bit about that, and also to tell us a little bit about engaging new people in our system.
Thanks, Kylie, and welcome here, everybody. It's good to have you here today. And I want to tell you a little bit about the Spire community, a little bit about what I think we could do together, and a little bit about, with the help of Joel, a little bit about how we could engage some more people. So firstly, starting with the Spire community. So the Spire community is a collaboration between this local church and United Communities, which is a large non-government welfare organisation, to develop a community, basically. So we have some things that are very conventional. We have emergency relief there for people in financial hardship. We have low-income support programs, community garden, things like that. They're all fairly familiar in the modern social welfare community services context. But our vision is for something more, and our vision is to create a dynamic community where everyone can participate and flourish. Now, in terms of dynamic, this next 4 or 5 days gives a sense of that. We've got you guys here today talking about, an alternative to money that's reasonably different for most people. Not for you, but for most people. Tomorrow we'll have a bit of a focus on International Women's Day, and next week we might have a couple of hundred Iranians jumping over fires out there. On Tuesday night, you're welcome to come as a part of how they celebrate their traditional New Year. So that just gives you a very small fragment of the dynamism here, because there is a lot. But there's a lot more we want to do, and you're a part of that. So the idea of everyone participating and flourishing, everyone bit is a challenging bit, particularly again in modern society, modern services, don't want to take any risks, don't want to be sued, don't want to look bad. We typically encourage volunteers to become involved who wouldn't necessarily be accepted elsewhere because they might have health conditions or mental issues or so forth, and many of them become a very, very important part of the service we provide. So that's the everyone, as long as they're not disruptive or dangerous. And of course, people come in from different cultures, different countries, and we welcome all those. A big focus in the early years was asylum seekers, because that's when they began arriving on trains in big numbers, weren't allowed to work, had nowhere else to go. So this place became terra central for a little while, particularly focused on Iranian asylum seekers. And the flourish is about the full range of human activities and experiences and so forth. So we have those services. We have the Hopes Cafe, which is a table forward cafe, operated similar to what you see, what you saw today. And tomorrow that'll be probably its biggest day. It'll be somewhere between 80 and 120 people here. At the same time, there'll be English as a second language lessons. So that's where people get social connection. We also have a growing focus on the arts, and as I mentioned before, we try and include different people's different cultural practices and celebrations. So that's about the flourishing full range. And in terms of let's and us, what we're really excited about is we see how this could be of great benefit to particularly people on low incomes, and many of the people we assist. Migrants in the first few years don't get Centrelink, so they've got a job, they're virtually destitute. We've got people like those. Many of you would know the current levels of New Start, which are very paltry. So there, and asylum seekers, there's quite a few of them that have been completely cut off all income support and not allowed to work as the government attempts to drive them away. So there we deal with a whole range of people who really don't have much money. Some of them have extensive skills which they can contribute. So something like Let's creates a way to give them the purchasing power that they can't otherwise have. So we're really excited about trying to work with you to see if we can make that grow and flourish here so it can assist our community and make Let's stronger. Now for the last bit, I'd like Joel to come up. Joel is, we have a couple of big partnerships at the moment. One of them is with the Anti-Poverty Network. If you don't know about them, look them up on Facebook. They're a dynamic group. Joel volunteers for the Anti-Poverty Network, but also does some stuff here. And we were just going to chat a little bit about, from his perspective, how you might be able to work with the Anti-Poverty Network, which has, what, 3,000 people on Facebook or something? Yeah. And they just organised well, I'll let you tell about the Anti-Poverty Network. So, Joel, tell a little bit about the Anti-Poverty Network, and then we'll just have a very brief natter about his thoughts about how YouTube can link up and how that could help both of you. Over to you, Joel.
Thanks, David. As David said, hi, I'm Joel from Anti-Poverty Network. We're a group of people on low incomes, mostly welfare and New Start, and a few people on youth allowance as well. And we try and advocate for anybody on welfare and low incomes. We just recently have tried to include a bunch of low-income issues in the state election, including the expense of public transport, as well as the skyrocketing electricity prices and all of those issues. We also do a lot to help people on welfare in terms of dealing with Centrelink and job agencies. I won't talk about them too much because it will be tough not to swear, but they are very dodgy. We have job agency advocates, so if anyone has any issues or knows anybody having issues with their job agency, we have people who have been trained and educated in specifically what they are and are not allowed to do. And our advocates are probably know more about that than the people actually working in the job agencies. People tend to get screwed over a lot, so we bring an advocate in with somebody who can help with all of that. Yeah.
And you had some thoughts about how you could work with Let's to, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Anti-Poverty Network has quite a few events, a lot of them here, also elsewhere. I think it would be great to be able to organise with Let's and have a small table or a big one at those events. Most of the people turning up to our stuff are people on low incomes who could really use some help getting pretty basic needs. I've spoken to Kylie a bit about that already. Definitely looking to increase sort of allyship and have a partnership with a lot of other people doing similar things to help people on low income.
So you saw the Let's market operate this morning. Do you have any specific thoughts about what needed to be done differently or more of to really attract all those people that are attached to the Anti-Poverty Network?
I think maybe just perhaps a bit of a larger amount of stuff. Not sure really. I think perhaps a bit more public things. It can be difficult for poorer people to travel around. So just in more places and things like that, I guess.
And that was my reaction too. I thought it's a great concept, this stuff, but for it to really grow, we just need more of a range. But the more people come in, the more range there'll be. So that's where I think, I don't know what you think, but the Anti-Poverty Network's got stacks of, as I said, I think you're up to about 3,000 on your Facebook page or something like that. You've got how many branches?
Yeah, half a dozen at the moment.
And what did you do on Saturday?
We had a state election forum where we had in the seat of Hartley, which is Nick Xenophon's seat, and we invited all the major parties as well as the Dignity Party and the Greens there. Had a bit of a conversation with them. That I think was pretty good because we, for the most part, it was us talking to them instead of the other way around, which usually happens at forums like that. So it was Yeah.
Talk about the Anti-Poverty Conference, which is...
Yes, we have an anti-poverty conference every year. It's here?
Yeah.
Always, yep. That's happening later this year. We have a date set yet. October. Yes, and that would be the perfect situation. I think we had about 100
maybe 150.
150 last year. That would be really great to have that's there for that. Yeah.
And your film nights?
Yes, we have a lot of film nights. We have a summer school here. We're planning to in April. Film events, film screenings, a few other things, education days and things like that. So lots of sort of opportunities to work with other people.
Thank you, Joel. So I think, thinking about what Joel said, one of the ways you grow when you're not very big is trying to find partnerships. I mean, and it's all relative. I mean, Spire communities we've done very big islands, so we try and find partnerships too. For me, it's for all its members to think about whether this would make sense as a focus. But you've got a lot of people who are active, on low incomes, and gathering in reasonably large numbers through the anti-poverty network. So it seems to me like a perfect connection. If you had a Let's market here at the time of the anti-poverty conference, that seems to me like a perfect connection. Your film night probably got 60 or 70 people, I think, didn't it? Yeah, or something like that. So there are a few opportunities where you're about to bring in your usual group plus tap into another, and I think it'll make you both stronger, and it'll make us stronger too to have all these, dynamic groups here working away. So that's all I had to say. Oh, and if you want any other ideas about how to work with Host Cafe, talk to Rebecca. She's got some ideas too. Did you want to talk about that at all?
Just invite them here, just on what days.
Okay, so just come on Wednesdays and Fridays and just have a look at the place and join in the community and help make it stronger. I know Rebecca's got some ideas, and look, we're a Let's outlet. How often do you see that sign? I think Rebecca's talking about a bit of a display, regular training spot. So we're very keen to try and help you grow, it'll help people on low incomes that we're here to support, and that'll just make our community bigger and stronger anyway. So we're really keen to see how we can work together to make Let's a bigger thing.
Do you want to mention the venue?
Then you can do that, Let's. Yes, and you can hire this venue because that's too. So, I don't know, I know, is it Hepatitis SA?
Yes.
Yeah, they're a Let's outfit. I don't know if there wouldn't be many.
Not many community groups
Yeah.
yet, no.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, boomerang bags have just joined.
Yes.
Boomerang bags. Okay. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I don't think there's any questions.
Is there a group in the south?
Yep, there's a southern branch of it. Yes, there's a southern branch of it, yeah.
The anti-poverty network?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of things that you were saying about public transport. I used to work for public transport, and when I was working there, it actually cost as much to collect fares as they got in fares.
Yes.
And I thought I don't know if you mentioned that, and also with the job agencies. I'm a financial counsellor, so I've got a lot to do with United Communities and what have you. I'm an unemployed one, so I do voluntary. Every time I go to an employment agency, I get myself a job, usually for a few months or temporary or whatever, and they get me to sign, and they get money, and it is such a stupid system. It really is. The old CES where you had the jobs displayed, you look for a job, you apply for a job, there's millions of dollars that go into these agencies, and they get you to come in every fortnight. It is totally ridiculous. Sorry, I don't swear, but that's my view.
The job agencies are actual fraud.
They are.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. And as well as public transport. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things that are more expensive. They also have to get a concession card. If you're on welfare, you're eligible for it, and you get a healthcare card. But you need to get an extra, specifically public transport card and fill out a form. That costs more money. For the government, they've got money to spare, but they'd rather use it to punish people.
Yeah.
Thank you.